Hello, dear students. I hope you are all fine. You are safe and sound. Well, this is your English or spoken English teacher. I've decided to accompany the document that has already been shared with you on the university platform. I've decided to accompany it with some explanations, and I hope that the course will be very clear to you. Well, when the students are asked about the contents of this course, some of them say that, well, it's related to speaking. Others say that it's related to presentations. Others say that it's related to engaging in discussions or debates and defending our opinions or whatever. Well, actually, the course is related to all these things, but before being able to do these tasks, we have to improve our pronunciation. Okay, so I will go over the contents very quickly before starting my explanation. Section 1 will be about English speech sounds. And here we'll deal with a system of transcription that is called the International Phonetic Alphabet. Then we'll speak about the English speech sounds and the IPA symbols. Section 2 will be about phonetic transcription. We'll define what it is, what its types are, and then we'll give some notes about pronunciation and transcription in British English. Section 3 will be about phonemes and minimal pairs. Section 4 will be about the production of speech sounds. What are the speech organs involved in the production of sounds? And how do we do it? That is the speech mechanism. What do we do when we produce a speech sound? Then the last section will be devoted to the description of consonants. There are 3 criteria that are involved in the description of consonants, namely voicing, the place of articulation, and the manner of articulation. Right. First, we have to define phonetics. Why phonetics? Because the sections of this course fall within the scope of this branch of linguistics, that is phonetics. So phonetics is the scientific study of speech sounds of spoken languages. And here, the focus is on speech sounds. The focus is not on the words, nor on the sentences, nor on the meanings. This means that our primary focus will be on the speech sound itself. Okay? Right, this is the alphabet. That is the letters in the alphabet. You all know them. In English, there are 26 letters, 21 consonants, and 5 vowels that you all know: A, E, I, O, and U. Right. Now, I want you to focus on this pair of words. Cup, receive. We notice that we have the same letter, C, but the pronunciation is different. The C is pronounced as K in cup and as S in receive. Second pair, love and move. It's A in love, it's U in move. Okay? Third pair, guide and age. The letter G is pronounced as G in guide and J in age. Conclusion. Sometimes in English, the same letter is pronounced differently. This leads us to say that English is not a phonetic language. What does this mean? This means that there is no one-to-one correspondence between letters and sounds. In other words, the correspondence between letters and sounds is not always consistent. It's not always straightforward. I've already seen some examples of this inconsistency. So there is a difference between spelling and pronunciation, between orthography and pronunciation. So letters are not spelled as they are pronounced. Well, let us show this inconsistency or irregularity of pronunciation by looking at some examples. Look at this list of words, right? If you try to focus on the words, you can see that the letter which is repeated in all these words is the letter U. Now try to pronounce the words cute, cat, bully, berry, curly, minute. Okay, so we can notice that the letter U is pronounced differently. U, A, U, E, I. The same letter, different sounds. Second list of words. Read the words. Okay. Receive, see, people, teacher. Now, what do we have here? We have the same sound, which is E, but different letters. Receive, see, people, teacher. Same sound, which is E. Another list. You can read. Now, focus on the letters in red. What is common between these letters? Thumb, island, sword, no, listen. So, what do we notice? Some letters have no sounds. Some letters are not pronounced. These letters are called, you can guess, silent letters. English abounds with words which contain silent letters. And you can think about more and more examples. Another list, cute and one. Now here, what do we notice? We notice that there is an insertion of some letters that we don't write, that we don't spell, right? Cute, you insert the U sound between C and U, right? One, we insert the W sound before O. So some sounds have no letters, okay? This is a summary of what we have said up to now. There is no total correspondence between the letter and the sound in English. Examples of this absence of correspondence: same letter, different sounds; same sound, different letters; letters with no sounds; and sounds with no letters. Well, this actually creates some confusion in our minds. This pushes us to ask a number of questions How can we deal with this confusion? How can we deal with this irregularity in pronunciation? Okay, which road shall we take? Okay, uh, shall we go this way, the other way, over there, maybe there, where? So we have to find a solution. Uh, Actually, some phoneticians, these are the linguists interested in phonetics, have created what we call the IPA to reduce this confusion and establish some correspondence between letters and sounds. This was done in the 19th century. Okay. Now, what is the IPA? The IPA stands for the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is a standardized representation of the sounds of spoken language. In this definition, focus on the keywords standardized, representation, and sounds, which means that we try to hear the sounds and represent them using some standardized symbols. Why do IPA? I've already talked about this. It's to establish consistent one-to-one correspondence between the sounds and the symbols, which means that we have to provide a unique symbol for each distinctive sound. It is used in dictionaries to indicate the pronunciation of words. This is why the learners of English should be familiar with these symbols so that they can pronounce the words correctly. You can just open your dictionaries and then look at these symbols between slashes. These symbols help us to pronounce the words. Okay? For example, English. See, in, g, l, I, sh. We have a number of symbols that we are going to work on in this course. For example, teacher. You see, t, I, t, sh, sure, right? This may be confusing actually in the beginning because we are not familiar with these symbols, and this is the subject matter of this course. We are going to work on these symbols in details. Uh, it's worth noting here that uh, dictionaries differ in the symbols. Each dictionary may use some different symbols, right? So I will ask you to use one dictionary, right? In order to achieve consistency. There are some variations between dictionaries, and this may create some confusion in your minds. Okay, I recommend the use of Oxford Learner's Dictionary. Okay, it's easy to use and it will help you a lot. Wait, there is a problem. What is it? Pronunciation differs from one accent to another. Example, American English, British English, Australian English. We have different varieties of English. Okay, so when you transcribe, you will find a problem. This is why our focus will be on British English. Try to pronounce these words, right? I will start with English pronunciation, then American one. North, British pronunciation. North American. The Americans pronounce the R. The British don't. Mobile, mobile. Tuesday, Tuesday. New, new. Daughter, data. Student, student. 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 New, new. Daughter student. You see how different the two varieties are. So our main focus will be on British English. Okay. Now let us work on the IPA symbols that will be very helpful to us in representing the English speech sounds. In English, there are 44 sounds represented by 44 IPA symbols. Remember, in the beginning we said that in English there are 26 letters, and this shows and explains that the letters are different from the sounds. Okay? There are 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. Very briefly, the difference between a consonant and a vowel in terms of their production. Okay, so this is a diagram showing the sounds of English: vowels, consonants, monophthongs, diphthongs. We'll talk about this later. Now, first focus on the difference between consonants and vowels. A consonant is a speech sound that is produced with complete or partial obstruction of air stream. Okay, when we produce a speech sound, the air comes from the lungs and it goes up through the windpipe. Then it goes either from the vocal tract, from the mouth, or from the nasal tract, from the nose. This is what happens when we produce a speech sound. Now, in the production of a consonant, there is a complete or partial obstruction of air. The air that goes out of the lungs is obstructed, is blocked, is stopped, either completely or partially at a certain point in the mouth. We'll talk about this in details later. On the other hand, when we produce the vowel, there is no obstruction of the airstream at any point in the vocal tract. Take an example: the vowel I, sorry, or a, e, o. Right? You see, here the air passes freely without any obstacles, without any obstruction, any blockage. Okay. Now we'll deal with the consonant sounds and the IPA symbols that represent them. The first list of consonant sounds, I think, does not pose any problems. We'll go over them very quickly. The examples on the right and the consonant sounds or the symbols on the left. The symbol P, play, speak, stop. So P, this is how the sound is represented phonetically. So we put the symbol between slashes. B, bad baby object, so B, no problem. T, 10 later spot or pot, so no problem. Day, advice, bed, so the symbol is D. Now, pay attention here. K, the K sound. Economy, K. Taxi, so you see, so the letter X is represented using two symbols, which are K and S. Taxi, X. Back, K, right? G sound. Got, exam, finger. Focus on the X. Here it's not X, it's G, sorry, X. Okay, G and Z. Exam. Food, laugh, phone. So this is the sound F. So you see, sometimes its spelling is F, sometimes it's GH, sometimes it's PH. This shows this irregularity between spelling and pronunciation. The last one in this list, the V sound. Over, virus, vaccinate. I think it doesn't pose any problem. Second list, moon lamp, calm. Can, snow, pneumonia. Focus on the last one. Pneumonia, we don't pronounce the P. P here is, we said this before, it's a silent letter. Same thing for S. Small sense, psychology. P is a silent, or P is a silent letter. H sound. Hot, hair, whole. So WH, the W here is silent. Look, small, aisle. It's the L sound. Real, train, rank. W is silent. The Z sound. Zoo, xenophobe, goes. So you see the X here is pronounced as Z. Okay? And these are the problems of pronunciation, actually, right? Problems that we have to pay careful attention to. Twin, Y, window. So this is the sound W. Now I will move to the last list of consonant sounds. We have 8 sounds with 8 symbols that are unfamiliar to us, right? Because they come from Greek or Latin. Now the origin is not that important, but we have to know how to represent these sounds. Okay? First one is sh. The sh sound. Shell, nation, machine. So we represent the sound in this way. Okay? Like a capital S, but it is not an S, right? Try to train yourself on how to represent these sounds. So sh, this is sh, shell, nation, machine. Okay, so sh, sh. Next one is ch, change, beach, future. So t, ch, ch. Next one is not z. It is spelled as z, but it's pronounced as j. J. So vision, vision, beige, pleasure, pleasure. Okay, so it's a j sound. Next sound is j. Okay, so just, age, soldier. So you represent this sound this way. The, j, j. Sound number 21 is a nasal sound. What do you mean by this? It means it's the air, when we produce it, the air goes out of the mouth, out of the nose. It goes through the nose, not through the mouth. Okay? Sing, tongue. Okay? So often this sound represents the letter N when it is before K or G. Okay? Sing, tongue. The next sound is y. It is a okay. Excuse me. Sorry. So this is the n sound. This is how we represent it. Next one is y, represented this way. Okay, by writing J. Yes, y, Europe, university. So this is its representation. This is the symbol used to represent the sound y. The last two sounds are used, symbols, sorry, the last two symbols are used to represent th. You know, th is sometimes pronounced as th. This is th, thin, earth, earth, method. Sometimes it is pronounced as they, father, breed. So this is th, like this, and this is the. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now, after having dealt with the different consonant sounds and their IPA symbols, we try to contrast some unfamiliar consonant symbols, right? Of course, these symbols represent the sounds. That is, I'm going to focus on the last eight symbols. Have a look at these two lists of words. Mother, this, there. What is the symbol that can be used to represent the sound T, the letter CH? It is the sound the. What about the second list? Thin, throw, both. It's the sound th, th. So the, th. Next, vision, casual, vij. The sound is j. This is the symbol used to represent the sound j. Second list, sheep, sure, nation. It's the sound sh. This is the symbol. Next, jump, bridge, jet. The sound is j. This is its symbol, j. Choose, watch, check. The sound is ch. The symbol is ch. Okay, so ch and ch. Next, first list, sung, thing, sing, right? This is the nasal sound I've already talked about. Ng. Second list, sun, thin, sin. You all know this sound. The symbol is very clear, right? Straightforward, doesn't cause any problems. So n. So make a difference between ng and n. Okay. The last unfamiliar sound is the y sound. Yes, usually. Onion. Y. The sound is y. The symbol is like this. It's the J, right? I hope it's clear.